that's really what all trading is about. Being able to go and do stuff. Being able to take the profits that you make and use them because it's real money. And it's life changing money when you can make that in one day. You can make that in a couple hours. You can make that in a week, whatever. Some people's paychecks are around that area. It's literally the ass crack of dawn. It's like early 6 o'clock in the morning. I had my alarm set to check the charts around this time. I've been working on my pacing and um, yeah, so just updating on the trade that we took on GU. So the market currently is looking like this. As you can see, we have our target set just a bit higher. And then we also upgraded the setup just a bit to add here. Looks a little bit nicer. I decided to add my Mac into the fold instead of having it just sit over and collect dust. So, we're chilling with this. And then I also pull up the main account right now. I've really been working on my pacing and I'm a little groggy from last night. And over here on the main account, it's about $150. So combined, we're looking at $350 on the day, and really that's all it. I'm gonna go take me a little nap. I've already uploaded a couple videos, and I'm working on another video right now for the vlog that I did previously, which you've probably already watched. If you're subscribed to this channel, if you're new here, make sure you do sub up and come with me on this journey. But other than that, that's really it. So we'll be tapping in on the next update, whenever that is. Yeah, we decided to stop by the pool, and really, I just want to talk about pacing because pacing is very important in trading. Not just hopping on the charts every time you feel like you need something, like you're looking to make money. That pacing will mess up your actual results. It'll skew them because of how fast you're looking to do things, how quick you're looking to do things. So really the best method is like getting a feel for the market and being in tune with it, being able to notice the market patterns, the market trends, and really just the sentiment behind what's going on, especially if you're paying attention to the news and everything like that. That's the main focus. It's just being able to, be calm, be still, much like this water out here. And I'm not using my normal phone for recording, so it's gonna be a little bit more background noise. I don't have my microphone on me. This was kind of unplanned. It was just more of a in the spur of the moment type of thing, just seeing the water and just being cool, being calm, being still, and just being able to flow. That's really what you want to be able to do in the market. And just being confident in your abilities to take that moment to step back and be completely cool with not taking every movement in the market, not taking every possible position that you could take, because it's not about that. It's not about just submitting a bunch of trades and brute forcing your way through things. So on those two orders that we ended up taking on GU and the Swiss franc, on the Swiss franc we closed at break even, and it wasn't nothing too major. I ended up taking some extra trades in the account though, and then we also took some, I'm trying to log into the broker right now, we also took some trades on GU. So we took away the Swiss franc. We're no longer trading that. We ended up closing at an area where if it would have broken, it would have invalidated the entire setup. So we just did that because it reversed, and right now we're currently in on sell orders on GU, and we're just waiting to see what's going to happen. So that's really all the updates that we do have on the current account, and this is also, it goes for the same on my baby account as well. And really, this is going to be the margin call account. I'm going to switch it over. I was supposed to switch it over last night, ended up forgetting, and ended up taking some trades. So it's already active, but we'll be switching it over after this trade completes. You see right here, now it's about 350 balance, which is subject to change. It'll change pretty soon, I'm pretty sure, depending on either outcome. I took some W's, so we decided to come out here to the arcade. Real lit. Real lit out here. And B, well, I got the highest score. The highest score was like 40 something. I just cracked it at 52, so I'm breathing a little hard because we really just snapped. You can see it's kind of like Dave and Buster's out here, but it's like it's its own little thing out here. So this is all being paid for by what we made today. As you can see, withdrawal has been approved. We definitely got that. So now we out here at the arcade, living, having fun. Let's go. We made it home a couple hours ago from the little arcade. I don't know how much I showed, but we had a little fun. You know, went to this new arcade that is in the city, and it was pretty lit. You know, so it was a good trading day. We made just around 700, well, more closer to the 600 range. We had take profits set at around the $700 range, or a little bit closer to that end, but we pulled out at about a 4.5 to 1 RR. We still have partials running, and we've already made a withdrawal in the other account, and that's what I'm gonna do from now on with that account. So the balances are going to always change. It's never going to be something that's static. It's going to be dynamic all the time. Only thing that you'll see increase will probably be, well, not probably, but will be my main account that I do have with, you know, my other brokerage that is labeled as my funded brokerage, and we'll continue stacking that up and moving on from there. So just to go over some of the trades that we took. Well, the trade is still active. There's only one trade that we ended up taking. This was a sell order that we took on GU, and it was, I believe, on Monday. So right here we have the GU setup, and as you can see, we're still running on it. We have partials still open. That's over here. So you can see the partial, we still have it open. We have our break even set. And on the date, well, this is including some other trades as well, because we took a trade on the 17th, which was that buy order, and it closed on the 25th at just a little bit under the 1-to-1 ratio, or just about 1-to-1 in total, because we had 2 entries. And then we have this win for $320 that we closed. So net P&L was $317. And I also throw up like a screen recording of the like what it looked like in the time. Well, maybe I'll throw up a screen recording. I don't know. I like doing the vlogs like real time style. And to get a snapshot of the main account and what I pulled from that, you see 320, 330 over there. We have a running balance of just about $7. And on this account, we have a running balance of just about 738. And the closed value was 272.50 plus the additional 300 or so over there. And then combined, we probably have just about $14 running in P&L, and we're going to keep those running until at least take profit gets hit. Like I said, we didn't hit take profit, but I didn't want to stop. Like, I didn't want to let 5 pips get in between me and my profit, simply because we have a weekly level of support that is right there where my take profit is. So I'm already knowing that it could be a strong area of reversals. And this was just a quick counter trend trade that we ended up taking. So we closed at just about a 4.5 to 1 or almost a 4.7, almost a 5 to 1 in profit. And we're going to be looking for re-entries after the rate cut talk or continuation of the rates. And then we'll, find some entries there. So normally, like I said, I don't trade the end of the month, but hey, I see a setup, I take a setup. That's just my rule. So we'll be seeing what happens next, and probably throw a breakdown in somewhere. We might be doing that as well. So I told you guys I'd be withdrawing every time that we have a winning trade on this account, and to show proof of that, be here. A withdrawal at 3:30 was approved through the crypto. Just, I know there's naysayers everywhere. We're not faking results. We're not using any demo accounts. You can see received $328.38. And that's only because of the fees that are associated with using ERC20, which is the Ethereum blockchain. And Ethereum has some high fees. So right now we're going to be staking it in Tether. Well, not staking it, but holding it in Tether because it's like a bank account. And I'll be waiting until the next 2 weeks to, or I'll just have like a withdrawal plan. I don't know if that's going to be something that I stick with, but yeah. So that's all for this trading week. This is a eventful trading week. Initially, we were just going to go over the trades that we took on the 17th, and then that was just going to be it, updating, because we had a height, like the highest the balance went on that trade was 270, and we had a strong retracement. And for me, I was looking to get re-entries off of the support level that was potentially being created, and in order for it to invalidate the order, it needed to break the swing point, and the swing point was like another 70. Well, from swing to swing, looking at 100 plus pips. We're going to be doing a breakdown on it. I might as well. I feel like hopping on the charts and going over some stuff, just refining my skills a little bit, and having a little fun on the charts. And that's really what trading is all about. Having the freedom to make money same day. Like that trade took me, I don't know, 24 hours, 24 to 48 hours. And within 24 to 48 hours, I made just about 600 to 700 in closed P&L. And then we also have open P&L to where we can still make money. We're still making money right now as I'm vlogging. And I even had the potential to make more money, but I decided to take a screen recording of the orders that were being submitted and like the height value. And I probably won't do that anymore, just because that does cost me money. It cost me like $40 to record that video, the screen recording that I'm probably not ever going to use because it's long format, and I don't really like putting stuff on the screen. But yeah, that was that's really what all trading is about. Being able to go and do stuff. Being able to take the profits that you make and use them, because it's real money. And it's life changing money when you can make that in one day. You can make that in a couple hours. You can make that in a week, whatever. Some people's paychecks are around that area. Starting out. I know, of course, the money we're still talking about is relatively small, but understand that with those movements, with the growth that's going to happen, you're going to see. I'm gonna show it. As I continue to facilitate growth, I'm going to be making around 10x that, and in the same time period. So I could be making 6K in 24 to 48 hours. And that's really where my mind is focused, is the growth aspect of risking more. I want to have more risk because I have a higher risk tolerance. And that's really what it's all about. It's just having freedom. And like I said in my previous vlog, you're the strategy. Don't lock yourself into something and become that thing. Like, just allow yourself to be free, allow yourself to think for yourself, and stand by whatever those thoughts are, whatever those conclusions are, whatever those, I won't call them urges, but I'll call it like a creativity type of phase that you're in. Do it. Like, don't be afraid.
For GU, I took this setup. So remember I talked about we took a buy setup over here. Now to illustrate exactly what I was seeing. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the replay because right now we hit TP2 on our sell order, which we'll go over that as well. But we got in around here. Now over here, I noticed that there was a trend break coming soon. I'm gonna try to, yeah, we just use trend lines. So there was a trend break that happened right here, and I waited for this candlestick to confirm. After that confirmed, we bought right here, placed our stops under the double bottom, which in hindsight, I should have placed stops by the trend line. So once it broke back under that trend line, then I would have known for sure that the order was invalid, but we didn't. But that's why, you continue to grow. You continue to, look at your trades as a learning curve. And then from there, you can make adjustments. So this is InstaBlue. And the first day or so, we gained just about 50 pips. And I'll try to speed this up just a little bit. And you can see we had a pullback. And this is when I began to enter in on my other account and change that from a regular risk to reward. I mean, not regular risk to reward, but regular risk plan to a almost margin call risk plan. And then now you can see instant profit. And we were going to look for re-entries. Now I didn't do any re-entries, and what I should have done when going over the trade earlier today was move my stops here to make my 5-to-1 a lot smaller. I could have had the 5-to-1 and exit it here and just had it to where we risk just a little bit more. But as you can see, we eventually create more lows. So it's going with the sentiment that I do see on the weekly time frame, which at the time was a strong bullish engulfing candlestick. And then this day happened. So we stalled out, and I watched the stall out. And then I stepped away from the charts for just about a day, observe the Sabbath. And still, even if I was on the charts, I wouldn't have seen anything that would have given me any red flags. These are all continuation highs with continuation lows. So nothing was really jumping out to me to close. And then we ended up seeing this right here. And when this broke, we just cut orders because it broke this swing right here, which is the last level of support. And now moving into the sell order that we ended up taking, I believe the other day. So a day after, well, not a day after, but Sunday going into Monday morning. So we see rejection off this area, and I immediately saw this and was like, okay, we're close to this swing. So I'm going to pause because I was already in the order by this time. I saw this swing over here, which was the previous level of support that I used to validate whether or not I was going to continue my buy position or not. And from there, when it got remotely close, you can see that this created a level of resistance right there. I began to enter in orders. So I entered in off of this bearish engulfing, and it was before the bearish engulfing was finished. Once I saw rejection here and saw it creating a level of resistance at this area, that's when I entered in and do a 5-to-1 on the charts. And then we had some retracements over London session. So it was overall instant profit, but then we had a quick retracement. And after that retracement, we went for a good amount here. So you'll see we go all the way to the 5-to-1 within the same day, which is a little abnormal. I mean, well, actually, no, it's not. It just really depends on the market phases that we're in. And yeah, so it went to the 5-to-1. I exited here. So off of this pin bar that you see, I got out at the low, which was around 130 to 120-ish. And that was a 4 to about a 4.5-to-1 RR around this area, right? Now, I still had runners running, which I still do have runners running right now. and they're up a little bit more. There was a strong retracement going into the later sessions. So going into London session, we retraced all the way up to around 337. And after 337, we had a strong pullback. Well, not a pullback, but a continuation. And that happened from the GDP and the employment numbers being better than expected for the US. And that was kind of what I was anticipating. And I was actually looking to get secondary entries here, but there was really nothing that I could do aside from trading news. And I wasn't familiar with trading news, but now I feel a lot more familiar with trading news. So you may see me catch some news entries moving forward. It just really depends on if I'm in the mood to take a loss or a win on well, really, it's if I'm willing to take a loss, because it's always about risking and risk tolerance. So if I don't feel like risking on a news position that can be a little bit uncertain, then I won't. But as you can see, it came up, respected this trend line. Well, didn't respect the trend line, but it respected the trend that you can see that is right here, identified by the trend line. And it also created a level of resistance here. So there could have been potential entries. I could have made another 600 today, but I didn't, only because I didn't want to trade the uncertainty of news, and I was not completely familiar with trading news. And just from this position right here, from me not taking this, I was able to observe it and figure out exactly how to move forward in the coming days. Like whenever this opportunity presents itself again, I know what to do in this situation. Now, I was also looking for the market to come back up to its previous level of support, which is around the 334 area. It only got to the 3476, so just around the same difference between this low, well, this high and this low, about 25 pips, which I'm completely comfortable with taking. It I go more into that with my students. This is just a simple breakdown. But as you can see, we went pretty strong. And then we had the Fed rate decision that ended up happening around 1 o'clock. And that created a situation to where the market did retrace just a little bit, but not too much. And now you can see that we're running for just about a 7-1. And my final TP is at 9-1. That's when I'll close the runners. They're small positions. I'll probably make another $50 on those positions, but that's essentially the trade right there. Now I'm going to be waiting for just the end of the week and the end of the monthly candlestick here to decide what's going to be happening next. And yeah, so I won't be trading for the next day or so. I say a couple of days. I won't trade till August 4th unless something does present itself. I really want this level of support to be broken through. And this is area that's just circulating right here. And true support is around the 328. But just to be sure, I want to take out any areas where there was strong wickings, because those are people, presenting buys in that area. And once we break the 1.31 or show strong signs of continuation, we'll be selling moving into the later weeks. So that's really all that happened on GU, and that's really, my positions and my methodology on what was happening. And like I said, I don't trade a methodology. I don't use strategies anymore. I simply just use what I know, and from market experience, I go from there. So that's really all that I do have for this week, and just how everything went. I'll catch you guys in the next update. Whenever we do end up taking another trade, I'll try to document either the beginning process or somewhere in the middle or somewhere near the end, but there will be some type of vlog of some sort, or even if I have a reality check moment where I just feel like talking about something that I believe is beneficial to your mindset and to your growth, then I'll make sure to make a vlog, and that'll be vlog number 8. But I will catch you guys next week or the week after when that does happen. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and peace out.